I don't think I could get any more of a camp intro, could I? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we? Tell me who you are. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're drinking. I've got me good old coffee, and I don't know what it is this morning. It's whatever. I'm trying to be a classy bird. I've got some coffee beans in the coffee machine, so that's what I've gone with this morning. Oh, so how are we? It's Christmas Eve. Are you just ready to get Christmas over and done with? I'm not a Scrooge at all, but you know when you just got too much to do and you need to just get Christmas over and done with. You know when you really do. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but can it just be over now, please? So, Christmas Eve, and today, date of the year, because as we all know, first of all, hello, welcome. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay. If you're here, say hello. We've got a couple of people watching. So yes, date of the year today is apparently Roots Day. So it's basically it's finding out your ancestral roots or the roots of your family. Do you know it? Do you not? It's Roots Day, so it basically means pester your parents, find out about your past. Oh, good morning, Cara. Yes, I know you prefer my new intro to the 30-second boring StreamYard one. And it's not hashtag replay because you're here, you lying bitch. So, also, your trending hashtags for the morning is Christmas Eve. What day is it? Wednesday thoughts and Wednesday vibes. They're your trending hashtags for today. And I was looking at the charts. I was like, what's number one? Have we mixed it up? And apparently the charts is number one music is all Christmas. Like, literally, the only other person that's not Christmas is Taylor Swift. That's just kind of just like swooned on in there. And your Christmas film number one is still Elf. I love Elf. I do love Elf, but I haven't watched it yet this year, so I think it's sorting. Oh, Cara, you love it when I call you cute names. We know I can call you cuter. Bastard. Also, the news. Funny and weird news this morning. It's quite brutal, actually. Cara, with you tuning in, you might quite like this. So the funny and weird news that I found this morning is man shares brutal text message he got from his mum asking why he's still single. And it basically, the texts go, from the mum, writing your Christmas card, shall I put to just Adam or do you have a boyfriend yet? He put, no boyfriend, you can just put my name on it. Okay, will do. Do you think it's your personality or your looks for the reason you're single? Jesus Christ, mum, it's Christmas. Well, your brothers and sisters have partners, so why don't you? Bit brutal. You know what I mean? Just a smidge brutal. Oh, your mum and dad well married. I'll have you know. Good morning, Annie. For anyone that doesn't know, I had Annie on the show yesterday. Good morning, Faith. Honestly, good morning to you all. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell me where you are. Oh, so what else have I got to tell you? I think, in a nutshell, that is pretty much it. But Christmas Day coming up, people. Remember, Christmas Day, I want you to not be alone in the evening so you can spend Christmas Day evening with me on Zoom, where I've got games, fun, drinks, the full shebang. Don't know how drinks is going to work. You've got to bring your own. But I don't want people to be alone on Christmas, so you can spend the evening with me. Yes, Cara, I've got my coffees, but look at my... I showed this glass off. Look how bougie that glass is. Look at it. It's fucking awesome. Cara's on the coffee. That's what we like, love. It's how, I suppose when you're just as bitter, you might as well drink a bitter drink. So, yes, Christmas Day. And then tomorrow we have got Mr. Howard Vale, who makes my fancy little intro video. Yes, he did. So he is on tomorrow. And once again, I don't know what he's talking about because our guest chooses the topic of conversation. Speaking of which, looks like a plant pot. Shut up, Cara. We'll put 50p in you this morning. Oh, and he's in sunny Leamington Spa. But he's a storyteller. So, Nathan, I'm going to bring you on. So this morning, I've got Nathan McDonald from, I believe it is Edit Recruitment before I get it wrong. I believe it is Edit Recruitment. So we have got, oh, where am I clicking? I'm clicking that one. So, morning, love.
Morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Itching a bit because I've had a few days off now for Christmas, but you know, I just never wanna settle down.
I know exactly how you feel. Literally, like I was just saying, I'm ready for Christmas to be over because I've got that much stuff to do. It makes for me complete sense to just kind of like, right, Christmas is done now. Can I get back to work, please? Like,
It'd have been perfect if I still had Christmas shopping to do and you could actually go out, but you can't. And I've done it all, so it's like, what do I do now?
Yeah, I've pretty much done everything. I said that I might wander into the town today. For people that don't know, Nathan is from Hull, like me. He's a local lad, like me, Sen. So yeah, it's I'm probably going to wander in city centre, do a bit of shopping. But Nathan, for people that don't know, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, obviously Callum's introduced me. I'm Nathan. I'm the managing director of Edit Recruitment, who focus on the digital and tech sector in order to grow teams and develop talent within them teams. So yeah, we do like a full all round packages really.
See, how did you get into that? Because I know, but people don't. Obviously, I know that I might get this wrong, hope I don't, that I believe you went to uni in Lincoln, or you was working in Lincoln?
I was working in Lincoln, never been to university.
Good lad, never have I. No offense to anyone in uni. I'd rather be in business debt than student debt. So yeah, I didn't go to uni like yourself, but I know you was working in Lincoln and kind of started in Lincoln. And then obviously, as shit happens in life, you ended up starting your own business and come back to Hull. So how did you start, and was it in the same sector?
So I've always been in digital and tech for the last 8 years, from like an IT technician all the way up to technical director now. About a year and a half ago, we started a digital marketing agency in Lincoln, which became award winning in the first year. You know, we worked with global brands, and I was their technical director now. The idea why I fell into recruitment, because nobody ever wakes up in the morning and goes, I want to be a recruiter. You kind of just fall in it. It's not an aspiration. It's just, it happens, and you know, it's the drive and stuff around it. The reason why I fell into it was we was hiring for developers over in Lincoln, and was working with some of the big national recruitment agencies that specialize in digital and tech, and the process and the cost was expensive, but you're going to have that anyway, because it's quite a niche sort of recruitment sector. But the process was so long and so stressful, and we ended up finding ourselves with like a £12,000 bill with sort of CVs that weren't up to scratch at all. So it was kind of an effective, we'll send you over CVs that you're not asking for in order to prolong the process so that you feel you're getting value for money. So what I've sort of done is I've brought the fees down slightly, because I think that sometimes, you know, these big national recruiters charge too much for what it is. And I've brought in a headhunting effect. So in other words, people come to us with a job and we fill that, and we try and get results within 14 days so that it's not a prolonged situation. And at that point there, it's the value for money is in the candidate completely, because you're getting the right skill set within 14 days and so on. And that's the aim that we do. We try and sell the candidates rather than our time and our knowledge. It's based on the candidate.
See, that's much better for everyone as well, though, isn't it? You know, especially if anything for the candidate, because it's like, look, you're not getting pratted about. We're not shoving you around left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
You know, and I know what you're like. You're determined as hell. So if someone tells you they want a certain spot filled, you'll be like, yeah, leave it with me. I'll do it. Leave it with me. I'm determined.
It's like when I've done internal recruitment in the past, and we've received CVs from agencies, over the course of say 3 months, we've had around 25 to 30 CVs to sift through.
Yeah.
Now that's not a lot, considering the recruitment agency is probably sifting through about 300, 400.
Yeah.
But the way that I do it is, obviously there's no limit on the CVs that we send, but we usually fill the job within 3 CVs. That's the quality that we can get.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So, how has it been? Obviously, we're not mentioning the big C word that's been going on this year, but how's this year been for you? How's it, you know, with people being in and out of work, how have you found it? Has it been difficult? Has it been challenging? How has it been?
I started at the start of the year. So I started in March time, when it was like a week before lockdown.
Yeah.
Now, in reality, I was a bit annoyed, because obviously went into lockdown, you know, business shut down, everybody, you know, starts saving the money and putting it in the pockets and not spending it. You know, that's normal reaction to something like that. But so I started in March, but it gave us sort of 8 or 9 months. I'll say 8 or 9 months. I lie, about 6 or 7 months to really get the brand, because you'll probably know that we went through like 2 name changes in that time.
Yeah, I did. I remember I woke up one day and I was like, what the fuck? He's changed. He's just started it. Like, what the hell?
We found that there was another recruitment agency called The Same, and one of our clients that we did get in that year was ringing this other agency thinking it was us. So he brought that to our attention, and we sort of moved quickly with that, changed the name very quickly, literally overnight, got the brand done, and got everything sort of aligned. And now we've sort of spent, so instead of doing a quick knee-jerk business launch where you're expecting sales within a day, we've sort of prolonged that. So we've had the plan behind us, and now we've partnered with another person who owns a recruitment agency as well. We're sort of building that plan even further. I mean, we've only been literally trading for, I'd say we've been officially trading internally for 2 months. So from October to November, and we've got 6 or 7 clients. We've filled 4 jobs in them 2 months. So it's starting to get busy, and we're expecting a big 2021, massive 2021. We're opening an office in Leeds, and we're hoping to open an office in Manchester as well in 2021. So,
Christ. Yeah. See, what you said then really resonates with what I said to people of you're doing your plan, or as I call it, like your business guidelines as you go along, because there's no way you could do a business plan. Very unpopular opinion for a business coach, but you cannot do a business plan because in the words of Brad Burton, for people that don't know who Brad is, Google him. In the words of Brad Burton, he goes, "Did you have a global pandemic in your business plan?"
No, you
His
don't.
business plans kind of went whoop, like it just went.
It's like if your office gets flooded, for example, and you lose everything, and the insurance don't pay out, you can't plan for that. Like it's sort of, you learn from the mistake and you go again. And that's what that podcast was going to be about. What I told you about was learning from people's mistakes and going again. And that's all business is. Like, you can have a plan, you can have a cash flow, you can have your profit and loss and stuff like that. But in reality, your business is now, it's happening now. And whatever happens now affects that. So it's like, you can't have a piece of paper to determine where your business is going to go.
Exactly. It's like, I genuinely do say that to people. And I'm like, look, know your message, know what you want to do, know where you want to go. Like you're saying, you're like, we want to get into Leeds. No, sorry. You're going to get into Leeds. Then you want to get into Manchester. You're like, that's where we want to go. Fucking hell. You might get a good price for an office in Nottingham. You know what I mean? You might go, right, screw it. We're not going there. We're going to Nottingham. Like, you never know where you're going to end up.
Exactly. And if you go by the book, I think it can if you go by what you've written down, because everybody knows that in these plans you've got to be realistic. Yeah. And you've got to sort of step back a bit and really focus on what you can do and what you can achieve and what you can afford. Whereas in 6 months' time, if you're going by the book, it can also drag you back as well. Yeah. It won't let you see that bigger opportunity. And that's what I say to people. I say, look, do what you feel is right now rather than going by the book. I mean, it's always good to have a business plan, especially when you've got a board of directors and they all want to see the same vision, because it enables everybody to see the same vision. But in reality, if you have an opportunity and you're going by the book and it's dragging you back, I'd take that opportunity because, business is a risk in itself, isn't it?
Exactly. So I think this leads on to what I think our topic of conversation for the day is. So as for everyone knows that is tuning in, I said anyone coming on, they get to choose a topic of conversation. And the reason for that keeps me on my toes, surprises me, it gives me a challenge to see what I can talk about. But I think it's important for this platform for people to use it for whatever they want. I allow people to use this to market anything they want, to launch events, to announce something. I had, for example, Jay Unwin from Fit Body Fit Man the other day, and he's just launched his book, which is awesome. And I checked in with him last night, and the book sales are going absolutely awesome. So the topic for today, I believe, is mental health.
Yeah. So, you probably know that I'm a big sort of advocate in mental health and stuff like that. And I'm, mental health first aid, and at some point I do want to become more inept with helping people that struggle with mental health. Yeah. At the moment, I know this sounds really selfish, but at the moment, I've just not had the time. But I'm hoping that in the future I can, and I can sort of do more for it. But yeah, so like the idea around it is mental health in business, and it's sort of like there's a few issues in business that affect people's mental health.
Yeah.
Massively, and one of them as a business owner is loneliness.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's aware that when you start a business, it's like you have this barrier where you feel like you can't speak to other business owners because, you know, they're going to take your work, or they're going to take your clients, or, you know, they're not going to speak to you because you're a competitor and stuff like that. And in reality, what I learned from my first time around was, and what I've done better this time, because in 2018 I did have a business. I had to sell it because I was struggling with mental health. My whole personal world literally came crashing down, and I had to take like 7 or 8 months out of work to get everything back on track again. But the sort of first time around, I had a network of people that wasn't helping me, but that was helping the business. Obviously, a business, you need to treat it as a separate entity. Like, if they're helping your business but not helping you when you're their service provider, it's kind of like, what's the point? Like, it's a one-way relationship in a way.
Yeah.
So what I've done differently this time is I've created a network, and I'm working with people that actually care about everybody in the business, and that's the difference. So, like, I can go to one of my clients, for example, who are in the digital and tech sector, ask for help, or even speak to them. You know, I tend to develop friendships now with my clients and stuff, just to get over that sort of period of, I don't know what to do. I don't have anybody to help. I can't ask anybody for help. So it's like, now I've got that network. So that's one of the things in business with mental health. And obviously at the moment as well, we've got the big C word, which we're not allowed to speak about. But obviously I'm at the moment, I use Group Quad and his Man Club, which has helped me massively. And
is that just Hull based?
No, it's all over the UK. I think they've got about 35 clubs around the UK.
Yeah.
Obviously, I go to the Hull one, and they've helped me massively. That it's like a big sort of brotherhood, really. And I go there regularly. I don't necessarily need it for myself anymore. I go there to sort of catch up with people, you know, have a chin wag and you know, help somebody else with any advice that I can give. But since I've been there, sort of this year as well, I joined a football team called Lads FC. Who
I've seen that actually. I think I saw that on like LinkedIn last night or the other day.
Yeah, I got tagged in the post, so you might have seen it through there.
Yeah, probably would have. Yeah.
So we've started to play football in Hull at the moment, raising money for men's mental health charities. So like all of the profits from the club go to charity, and that's a really good group to be part of as well. It's sort of for 90 minutes, you just concentrate on the football. You know, nothing else matters. You know, your business doesn't matter. You know, everybody's the same at that point. Everybody's got the same ability. You know, it's a great atmosphere, and so that's one of the other things. And then we've sort of got aspirations to play tournaments around the UK so that we can raise more money for more charities. And the idea of that is, you know, if we can help one person either through football or through donation, then we've done our job.
Yeah, completely know where you're coming from. So first of all, I have to do this, like, trigger warning because of what I'm about to frigging talk about. So it's I'm professional to the bitter end. So, I talk about a lot about mental health when I do my public speaking and when I'm telling my story, because a big part of it for me was when my dad basically hit rock bottom, and we sorted him out and everything like that. But I didn't realize how much it affected myself, and that was so important. And it genuinely came to someone that literally went to me, I know how your dad is. How are you? And I was like, oh, shit. So I'm absolutely shit, to be honest. I've put in all my energy on this. Like, we know you're shit because your business is looking shit. You're not looking great. And everything like that. We know how your dad is. Concentrate on your fucking self. I was like, oh, all right. And for me, it was just that kind of realization of like, shit. You know, it's all right. Yeah, I can only do so much for my dad. You know, I know Andy's Man's Club there. And Andy's Man Club, by the way, is absolutely awesome. I've not been yet myself. I was going to start going this year. even if it wasn't for myself, like you do, it was to support other people.
Yeah.
Then, you know, I'm very in-person, so I wanted to go and give it a go. But I know how important that is from when I worked with a lady at Aldi, and she used to promote it massively. Obviously, Andy's Man Club is men's based. It's a men's club. But it's she's promoting. I think that was because either she sent her husband there or something like that, and she was massive. She had the bumper stickers all over her car, absolutely everything. She was so big about Andy's Man Club, and like it's awesome. It's just really cool the fact that first of all she's not a man or she don't identify as one, and she's promoting it, and it's just so cool. But for me, in the words of the charity Mind, which I believe is nationwide, I don't think that's just Hull based either.
Yeah, it is.
One of their strap lines is it's okay to not be okay. And it's like, and it's also self-care is not selfish.
It's true. And I think you've got to look after number one before you can look after anybody else. Because if you're struggling and you're at bottom, how can you take care of anybody else if you can't take care of yourself?
Exactly. So at my partner's house, where I am now, this is my office, and this is where, you know, if I'm having a bit of a low day or anything like that, this is kind of like my sanctuary. Like, this is what this is with my PS4. I've got my nice fancy lights. I've got everything. This is kind of like my little sanctuary, and it really helps. Like, it really does help. So if I've had, I don't know, for example, when I do speak, talking about my dad sometimes can knock it out of me for a little bit. So when I've talked about that, because it is quite mentally draining, you know, it's quite mentally wearing talking about it when you go into detail. So then when it comes to it, I need to not hide away, I'll lock myself away, but I kind of just like need to re-level myself, kind of re-anchor myself, and then go forward. And that's the way I do it, and that's why I do it here. But I know mental health is so important to everyone, but I know in particular it's so important to you for the exact reasons you've said. What do you do to help yourself when you're having a low moment? Do you have any methods of what you do? Do you know what you do?
So I once read a book called The Chimp Paradox, which was recommended through people at Andy's Man Club, and what that was, well, what the book is about is it's about all the bad thoughts in your head are a little version of yourself or a chimp, in a way, and it's all about managing that chimp. Now, in reality, I mean, we all have bad days and we all have, you know, struggled thoughts and stuff like that, and I think now it's a matter of if it was 3 years ago, it'd have taken me a week or a month to get over it, whereas now it takes me a couple of hours. I just mellow out and I chill and I just go back, or I get stuck into something to keep my mind busy. Although that's not always the best thing, because you're technically just pushing it back for another day. But nowadays it's like yesterday, for example, you know, I just sat and played FIFA all day because that is literally what I wanted to do, and that's how I chill out after having 8 months at work straight.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what really does help is something you touched on, and it was a key word, which is your network that you've got, which can help in a business sense. So for me, as you know, I do a hell of a lot of networking, which is where most of the people that watch this or tune in come from. And if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for me this year, I don't know what I would have done. And pretty much 98, maybe 99% of them I've never even met. You know, they're all from around the country. They're not just from Hull. And it's like, these people now, oh God, I had a Secret Santa day with them on Zoom. Christmas Eve, I'll probably spend with them on a Zoom call. And then Christmas Day, like I said earlier, I'm opening a Zoom room for people to come if they're spending Christmas by themselves. Or maybe they struggle with the mental health and they're sick of their in-laws and the kids all day. And they're like, do you know what? I just need to go take a breather. And then they've got a place they can just come, chill out. I'm going to be playing Christmas music in the background. People are like that. Oh, that's such a nice idea for to do. I'm like, well, technically on Christmas night, I'll be by myself. Like my parents will be asleep and everything, wherever they go. If I spend it with my parents, I'll come home. My partner will be at his parents. I'll be by myself. I don't want to spend Christmas night by my freaking self. So that's why I'm like, fuck, I'm opening a Zoom room. It's selfish all for me. It's not people. It's not. But yeah, no, it's I'm really glad you brought mental health up because it's so important to both of us. And I know that obviously at some point in the future, me and you are going to end up working together, aren't we? Let's be honest.
100%. 100%.
There's
something that pops into both our heads and we're like, yes, let's do it.
Yes, we know it's going to happen. But it really is important. And do you know what? The main idea that we spoke of the first proper time we met will probably end up happening Maybe not next year, but maybe the year after. Even if it happens next year, it does. But no, honestly, I'm really glad that I've had you on today. I wanted to show you off. You're like my little secret that no one knows about. Out behind me. It's when people go, "Do you know anyone that can do this job?" Yes, I do. Or if I do, I know someone that can find it. No, thanks for coming on, Nathan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you backstage. Don't go anywhere because I'll have a quick chat with you. And then you can bugger off and do your business for the day. But thank you for coming on. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, Nathan McDonald, what a beautiful, beautiful man. And I also know for a fact, without even looking at the thing, that his phone's probably been going mental and now he needs to check his notifications because I know him too well. And he's like, yep, see, he's holding it up to me. He's checking his phone straight away. Honestly, amazing having Nathan on this morning. I've wanted to get him on either a podcast or something for quite a while. Remember, tomorrow is my final one for Christmas, and then we are back on the 4th of January. But tomorrow I've got Mr. Howard Vale, who makes my fancy little intro and outro that you'll see in a minute. And remember, Christmas Day, 8 p.m, spend it with quackers, having fun. Don't spend Christmas by yourself. Have a lovely day, have a lovely Wednesday, have a lovely week, and I'll see you tomorrow.